Hello, it's Laura Firth and welcome to our 30-minute Pilates class today. So we're going to start on our back with our knees at 90-degree angle, feet on the floor, back of the neck nice and long, chin lightly to the chest, shoulders relaxed down and arms just resting either side of your body. And we're going to place the hands on the lower ribs, relaxing the elbows down to the floor. Then take a big breath in through the nose to expand the ribs and breathe out through the mouth as the hands lower and close and the ribs tighten and knit together. So we're breathing in to expand, pressing the hands away with the ribs, and then breathing out through the mouth. The fingers coming closer together and the ribs pulling in towards each other as if they're knitted together. And again, breathing in to widen and breathe out through relaxed lips. So try and make a sound, and that's going to relax the jaw, the lips, all the muscles in the neck and the shoulders. Breathing in through the nose softly and then slowly release, make the diamond and place your hands on your hips. Breathe into the ribs through the nose, and then as you breathe out softly, draw the lower abdominals in from the fingertips all the way to the belly button. So the space between the pubic bone and the belly button is engaged. Holding that there, let's do 3 more breaths. So breathe in through the nose again softly and breathe out through the mouth. Now try and focus on the breath being even. So maybe 4 counts in, 4 counts out. And last breath, breathing in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. Bring your arms by your sides, breathe in here, and then as you breathe out, we're going to float the arms above the head, getting that feeling of the front ribs knitted in towards each other again. And then breathing in, bring the arms back down and breathe out again. Float them above your head and breathe in to lower down. So we want to keep the spine neutral as we breathe out and float the arms. So pull the front ribs in, back ribs press down into the mat. Breathe in and lower. Once again, breathe out and lift. And breathe in and lower. This time lifting the right arm and left leg. So breathing in to lift, breathing out to lower. Switch sides. Breathe in and lift. Breathe out and lower. So brace the abdominals. Get the feeling of the out breath, drawing in the abs a little bit more, drawing the front ribs in. So we're not getting any movement in the hips or the spine or anywhere else. We're just moving the arms and legs, and keep changing sides. Now if you like, add a change and a switch in the legs of the arms into the dead bug. So breathe in for one switch and breathe out. Breathe in, switch, breathe out, switch. Maintain the abs and feet and arms lower back down by your sides. From here we're going to come into the 100. So if you like, you can grab a block behind your head, about the size that I've got there, or you can grab a smaller one, maybe a pillow or anything that you've got if you need it. Arms by your sides about 3 to 6 inches off the floor, fingertips reach long, feet hip width apart, and if you like, chin to chest, bring the head up and start to pump the arms as though you are bouncing balls underneath the hands. Keeping the tips of the shoulder blades down, then brace the abdominals more, bring the right and the left leg up to tabletop, or fully extend and rotate into your Pilates stance. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5. So breathing in through the nose for 5 and breathing out through the mouth for 5. Short, sharp breaths. Breathe. So really keep going with that breath. Think about zipping up the legs if they're fully extended, and then slowly release down. Hug the knees in, elbows wide. Breathe in, flex your feet, breathe out, point. Bring your tailbone back down to the floor so the lengthening in the lower back is kept there. And then bring the feet back down. Arms up towards the sky or the ceiling. Feet hip width apart. Breathe in, half curl, and then breathe out to roll all the way up. Now if this transition to the next exercise isn't for you, I'm just going to show you the next one so you can roll to the side and then use your top hand to press yourself all the way up. So we're going to come to a seated position. Move your block or pillow or whatever you've got behind you. Feet hip width, hands behind the thighs, elbows wide. Into the roll down. Breathe in, lengthen your spine, draw the abs in. Exhale, chin to the chest. Keep bracing the abdominals to pull and C-shape the spine back. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out to C-shape halfway back. Breathe in and lift again. And breathe out as you go back. As you breathe in and lift, just check that you're not poking the chin or the nose forwards. Keep the chin lightly drawing in and the ears kind of sliding back towards the shoulders, so we're keeping a lengthening down the back of the neck. This time rolling all the way down, and we're going to come into the single leg circle. So again, grab a block underneath your head if you like, and then set your feet at hip width apart, and then hands either side or on your hips. So the right leg is going to lift, either bent or fully straight, and the left foot is either going to stay bent or slide across. Right leg, inhale to cross over to the left, and exhale to complete your circle. Now feel a two-way pull out through the spine and then up through the leg. So you really do feel the whole body working. And breathe in, cross, and change direction. So breathe in to take the leg wide, breathe out, circle. Now the hips want to maintain stillness here. So draw the abs in, draw the pelvic floor in. Last two, and last one, release. Bring the foot down, let's switch sides. So left leg extends, or bring your foot to tabletop, wherever you are. Engage the abdominals. Lengthen your legs, lengthen your spine, and if you like, extend the right leg along the floor. Inhale, left leg crosses over to the right, exhale, circle, and 3 more on this side. Breathe in, cross, breathe out, circle. Imagine the pelvis is a bowl of water, and reverse, take the circle the other way. And we don't want to spill any of that water, so really keeping the hips still, keep the movement fluid, keep the breath seamless. And slowly release. Bring both feet back to the floor. And we're going to bring the right leg in, single leg stretch. So left hand on the inside of the leg, right hand on the outside towards the ankle. Elbows wide, left leg fully extends or tabletop. Head and shoulders down or lifted. Breathe out, draw the leg in. Breathe in, switch. And breathe out. Breathe in, so the knee draws in towards the shoulder and the heel stays in line with the buttock. So try not let the heel of the leg drawing in cross over. Both legs in, head and shoulders up or down, to modify if you need to. Now here we want to reach for the ankles, really draw the legs in. Breathe in, extend, either fully straighten legs or tabletop position. Breathe out, circle, keep breathing out as you drag the legs in. Breathe in, extend, breathe out, circle, and draw in. Feel the two-way pull through the crown of the head, through the arms and the legs. Now try not to take the arms too far behind the head, because we don't want the head to poke forwards. I could do with just lifting mine up slightly here. Breathe in, extend, breathe out, circle, draw in, and slowly release down. Breathe in, flex your feet, breathe out, point, breathe in, flex and point, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, just release the lower back. We're coming into scissors now to stretch and strengthen. So hands to the back of the right leg, draw in twice, switch, draw in twice again. So breathe out, out, in, breathe out, in. So try and get a rhythm with the breath and the movement, and if you like, chin to chest, eye gaze on your belly button as it draws into the spine, and then slowly release. Feet come down, hands by your sides, or hands come under the hips, If you find that your abdominals need a little bit of support, then brace the abdominals as you lift the right leg, left leg, fully extend and rotate if you like. Breathe in, lower the legs, breathe out, lift. For double leg, lower lift. Breathe in, lower, breathe out, lift. Now here your lower back wants to stay into the floor lightly. So if you're bringing it too low and it comes away, just don't take the legs as low. And breathe in and lower, breathe out, lift, protect the back, lengthen your spine, breathe in, lower, breathe out, lift, lengthen the whole body. Now right leg, inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Keep the right leg, inhale, lower, exhale, lift. So the left leg is stabilizing and stay nice and still. Keep the rotation on the thighs, so we're getting the Pilates stance. Left leg, breathe in, lower, exhale, lift. Draw the abs in, lower back down, really long through the whole spine. Smooth and fluid movement and breath. And release. Bring the knees into the chest. Breathe in, flex. Breathe out, point and flex. Point. Keep the chin down, elbows wide so the arms are working as you stretch into the hips and the lower back. The feet come down again, hip width apart, and bring your hands behind your head and remove your block if you do have one there. I'm going to breathe in here, wide into the ribs. Breathe out, draw the abs in, chin to chest, half curl. Now you're going to breathe in, left elbow to right knee. Breathe in and switch. Breathe out, switch. Breathe out, switch. Now you can tap the other foot down or fully extend the other leg. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe out for crisscross. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe out, smooth and fluid once again. Breathe in, feel the extension through the legs. Feel the rotation around the waist and draw in. Release the head and shoulders. Release the back and feet down. Adjust as needed. And then bring your arms up. We're going to transition to sitting again. So either using your roll all the way up, or roll to your side and press yourself up with your top hand. Or coming into rolling like a ball. For me this was really uncomfortable because of the hard floor. So if you are doing it outside today, grab some more mats if you have it or blankets. Now we're going to round the spine. Breathe in back as you roll, breathe out as you lift. Keeping the shape of the whole body. Now I feel a little bit shaky today because I was a bit conscious of my spine kind of crunching on the floor. So not advised if you are outside, as I found out. I don't know what else I expected though, to be honest. Anyway, we're going to roll all the way down now. Bring yourself all the way back to the mat. And arms by your sides. Just adjust your feet if you need to. The right leg is going to lift fully extended up or knee bent. And we're going to keep that leg still because we're going to come into a teaser variation. So arms come above the head. We breathe in half curl. And then we breathe out to roll all the way up. And then as we come here, we breathe in, lift and lengthen the spine, lift the arms, and then breathe out, roll down through the spine, one vertebra at a time. Breathe in, half curl. Breathe out, peel the spine up. Breathe in, lift the arms, extend the spine, lift the chest, widen the collarbones, and breathe out, roll down. Now, even if having one leg lifted is too much for you, bring the feet down and just practice rolling all the way up. Breathe in and breathe out, roll all the way back down again here. So the abdominals are doing the whole work here. So the more you draw them into the spine, the more they help the spine articulate up and all the way down. And don't forget about the pelvic floor as well. Change legs. So left leg lifted and breathe out, half curl all the way up. Now that left leg moved then because I was obviously not stabilizing it enough, whereas you want to keep it exactly still. Kind of imagine there's something resting on there like a nice glass of Prosecco. We don't want to spill that. And then roll all the way down. Breathe in And breathe out, roll all the way up, peel the spine up, lengthen your spine, lift the chest, and breathe out all the way down. Really controlled. Arms up, release. Oh, one more. Breathe out, lift and extend, and breathe out all the way down. Nice and controlled. This time, bring the arms by the side, place the feet back down. And we're going to bring the feet in a little bit closer. Well, not yet. Drawing the knees in towards the chest. Just release the back. Little circles with the knees in one direction and then the other. Oh, one extra hook there. Extend the right leg, extend the left leg, and then from there draw the legs in. Really get a stretch down the hamstrings and into the lower back. The hips may lift as well, so don't worry about that. Then bend the knees, place the feet on the floor. We're coming into hip bridge now, so feet hip width apart. And we ideally want our ankles underneath our knees. And hands by your sides. Breathe in, and then as you breathe out, tuck the tailbone under, reach the arms up, and then breathe in to lower all the way down. And once again, breathe out, tuck the tailbone under, peel the spine off the floor, embrace the abs, draw the pelvic floor up, lengthen the crown of the head, and the chin stays away from the chest. Keep the thighs spiraling inwards, the knees stay over the ankles, and the tailbone reach into the back of the knees and lower down. And breathe out to lift, peel the spine up, and breathe in to lower down. Excellent. Really concentrate on the articulation of the spine. Keep the shoulders relaxed away from the ears, rolling down. Pause there for a second, and now we're going to come onto our side. Coming into side lying series. So set up at the back edge of your mat into a straight line, and you can use a block underneath your ear with the underneath arm extended forward, stacking your shoulders on top of each other so you have a nice gap between the block and your shoulder. Or you can remove your block and have your arm extended up, or your hand on your ear, wherever feels most comfortable. And then bring your legs further forwards, about a 45-degree angle away from the body. Lift the waist as if we create a gap between the waist and the floor. Top leg lifts just in line with the hip, forwards and back. So breathe in, forwards, and breathe out, back. So 2 pulses forwards and 2 pulses back. So breathe. So here, control the abs, pull them in, keep lengthening the spine, and use the bottom to control the movement backwards. Heels together, breathe in, lift, breathe out, lower. And now see if you can kick the leg up, keeping the control in the body, keeping the abdominals braced. So breathe in, lift, breathe out, flex and lower. Squeeze the inner thighs, breathe in, lift, breathe out, lower, and release. Circles forward, so breathe in, breathe out, smooth breath. Really long legs, even the leg that's not working. Keep bracing the abs, relax the shoulders down, keep lengthening the spine. Reverse the circles backwards. Breathe in, breathe out, nice smooth breath. Last 2, and release it down. Brilliant. Bring the legs back in line with the rest of the body. Breathe in to lift both legs and breathe out to lower them down. Breathe in, lift, breathe out, lower. See a little bit of wobbling going on to really control this with the abdominals. So if you do wobble, just don't bring the legs as high. And then bend your top leg, place the foot on the floor. Or if your flexibility doesn't allow you to do this, grab something to place underneath the knee. And then bottom leg, breathe in, lift, breathe out, lower. Lift and lower. and lift and lower. Extend the leg away from you really long. Extend the spine in the other direction. Keep the hips stacked. Keep the leg lifted and circle forwards. Breathe. One breath for each circle and reverse. Take the circles the other way. Now, if you ever find in Pilates that you kind of lose the breath pattern, the most important thing is that you keep breathing. I always encourage, especially newbies to Pilates, to just breathe. As long as you breathe, you get the movement and then the breath pattern can come. So coming to climb, breathe out, open, breathe in, lift. Now stabilize through the hips, stabilize the abdominals, keep lengthening your spine. Now my top shoulders just snuck up by my ear slightly. So always draw the top shoulder down lightly. Breathe out, open, breathe in, lower, breathe out, open, and lower, and open, and close, and last one, and close. Brilliant. Bring your top hand down to the floor if it was on your hip, and then press yourself up to sitting. Bring your hands behind your knees and feet together, and then switch the legs to the other side. Come all the way down and set up in your side lying position again, wherever is most comfortable for you. Just collecting all the dirt off the floor as well. And then move your legs further forwards. Kick your block out of the way if you need to. And then lift your top leg just so it's in line with the hip. Breathe in, bring the leg forwards. Breathe out, take it back. And double pulse. Breathe in, forwards. Breathe out, back. So the out breath always wants to draw the abdominals in further and the pelvic floor. And this here is going to stop the body moving backwards. So I always find the backwards movement slightly harder than the forwards. So really concentrate, be precise on the stability of the torso. Heels together, toes apart, lift and lower. Breathe in, lift, breathe out, lower. Now for me this is my weaker side, so I've got to work harder to kick it up. So if you've got a weaker side, really concentrate. Maybe don't take the leg as high. Draw the abs in more. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, lower. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, lower. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Keep the head in line with the shoulders and the neck. And then lift the top leg. Circles forwards. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lengthen the legs. Breathe in. Brace the abs. Think belly button to the spine. And reverse. Keep drawing the pelvic floor in lightly as you breathe out. Again, think about the whole body working. So the whole body works to keep the posture in all of our Pilates exercises. So top foot on the floor or knee on the block. Breathe in, lift the bottom leg. Breathe out, lower. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, lower. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, lower. Lift and lower, slow and controlled. Again, be really precise with the movement. Keep the spine long. Think of open chest. Circle that underneath leg forwards. And again. And reverse. Take them the other way. Keep lengthening that leg away. Keep breathing nice and fluid. And release. Legs in line. And lift. And lower. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, lower. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, lower. Breathe in, lift. And lower. Control the abs. Try not to create any tension in the shoulders as you lift. And then slowly release. Bend the knees. Hand to hip if you like. Breathe in to prepare. Breathe out as you open the top knee. Breathe in, lower it down. Now create resistance. So imagine you're kind of moving through treacle as you do this. Or maybe you're squashing something like a basketball that's quite hard. You want to squash that between the legs. So breathe out as you open, draw the abs in. Breathe in and lower. Keep the embraced abdominals. Keep the long spine and neck. Breathe in, lower and release. Now extend the legs and then roll all the way around onto your front, nice and smoothly. Bring the hands on top of each other, back of the hands to forehead, or elbows under shoulders into Sphinx pose. Engage the abs. Now try not to let the chest sink down, so keep the chest lifting, so you're pressing into the arms. Engage your abs and lightly draw the bottom in. Coming into our single leg kick. So we breathe out, out, breathe in, breathe out, out, in. Now I think I did my breath the other way round for this one. So don't worry if your breath is different. The main thing to think about here is the embraced and double abdominals, the lengthened spine, keeping the neck in line with the rest of the spine. So we don't want to hurt the lower back here, that's the main thing. So we always use our abdominals to protect that. Now we're going to lift the legs, tap the heels twice and then open, tap, tap, open, breathe out, out, in, out, out, in, out, out, in. Now if this is not good for your lower back because it puts too much pressure, then just don't do that exercise, just release it. Have a little rest. Hands come by the shoulders, so forearms are down, elbows down, wrist down, hands down. Engage the abdominals. Now coming into swan preparation. So we breathe out and lift, breathe in and lower. So keep the chin down to the chest, eye gaze on your mat. So working on the extension in the spine, so the flexibility and the mobility. Breathe out, lift, breathe in, lower. So we want our hips to stay engaged into the ground because we're lightly engaging the bottom. We're still embracing the abs to protect the lower spine. Hands back, palms in towards the outer thighs, breathe in. And then as you breathe out, roll the shoulders back, draw the shoulder blades in, widen the collarbones, and breathe in, lower. Breathe out, lift, slide the fingertips back, feet remain pressed down into the floor. Excuse me, just adjusting my hair. Breathe out and lift, extend the spine, the bottom ribs stay in contact with the floor, because if they lift, we're extending a little bit too much in the spine. You want to really isolate the muscles between the shoulder blades, really good for the posture. Breathe out, lift, and breathe in, lower, and release. Bring your hands by your shoulders again. Slide them back towards the ribs, bring your feet hip width apart, keep your knees down, press yourself up as one plank into a tabletop position. Now wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, or bring your knees further back, or walk the hands forward so you're in a diagonal line from the head to the knees, or come up into a full plank. We're just going to do 4 press-ups. Tricep press-ups, so elbows extend back, breathe out, lift, breathe in, lower, breathe out, lift. Don't let the hips sink down. So keep the abs in, keep the spine long, keep the back of the head pressing back. Knees come down if they're up, untuck the toes, and then bring the forearms down. So the elbows want to land where the hands were. Palms press into the floor, knees stay down, or come up onto the toes, press into the heels backwards, crown of the head forwards. Now just 5 breaths in our plank position. So think about extending the spine forwards, heels press back so the thighs are engaged. The abdominals are really embraced to keep the spine long and protect the lower back. And slowly release down, untuck the toes, bring the hands back to where the elbows were. Knees wide, bring the hips to the heels for a child's pose or our shell pose. Arms extend forwards, releasing the lower back, releasing the shoulders. And just take a couple of smooth and relaxing breaths here. Keep the spine extending with every breath. And then walk the hands in slowly, or just bring the hips up, should I say. Tuck the toes under. So we wanted to keep the hands exactly where they are. come up into a plank and then press the hips high into a pike, heels down, ears in line with arms and eyes on the knees or between the legs. Now tuck the tailbone forwards and then roll through the spine into plank, knees down or up. You can stay there or extend the spine upwards. Chin to chest, embrace the abs as you reverse all the way back into the pike. Thighs press back, heels down, lift the heels, tuck the tailbone, roll the spine, embrace the abs. Stay here or widen the chest, feel like you're lifting it up to the sky, chin down and press back again. Really love this one to really release the back and the whole body. Working the front and the back of the body. Stretch into the hip flexors, the front of the thighs, now stretching the hamstrings and into the shoulders. Roll forwards again, breathing in. Widen the chest, draw the shoulder blades in lightly and chin to chest, rounding back. And then slowly bring the knees down. And then uncurl the toes and walk the hands in so the hips come towards the heels. Then we're going to take the hips to one side and we're going to come into a seated position with your right leg to the front, left leg to the back. Or whichever leg, because we're going to do both. Grab something to sit on if you need to. Breathe in and then just breathe out. C-shape the spine to the right. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, C-shape the spine to the left. Now as you change sides to the right, imagine that your top ribs are lifting up towards the sky or the ceiling. And release other side. Upper ribs pull up again. And just imagine that you're kind of moving between two panes of glass here. So we don't permit any movement forwards or backwards, just side to side. Really stretching out the side body. Now we've worked in all of the abs exercises, the side lying positions, all of the exercises. And slowly release, bring your hands behind you. Uncross your feet and extend. Now if this seated position isn't comfortable for you, you can sit in any position as long as your hips are grounded. And C-shape to the left this time. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, extend. Breathe in, lift. And breathe out, extend. And C-shape, breathe in, lift again. And breathe out. Now see if you can press the right hip down a little bit more. So my hips are slightly on a tilt here. Whereas we want to try and keep them in line as much as we can. Breathe out and breathe in. One more to each side. Breathe out. Breathe in, lift. And breathe out. Really good to expand through the ribs and increase the efficiency of our breath. And release. We're going to come all the way around again onto our hands and knees. And then step your right foot forwards between the hands, knee over your ankle. And you can stay here or bring your hands onto your thigh. Tuck your back toe under. Keep the hips low as you lift your back knee and lower. Breathe in, lift. And breathe out and lower. Keep the chest lifting. Keep the spine extending. Now you don't have to do this if you have knee problems. Just keep the knee down to feel the stretch. Uncurl the back toes and then extend the front leg into a hamstring stretch. So we want our tummy to kind of extend along the thigh and our nose to come down towards the ankle. Or more towards the toes. So we feel a lengthening and extension through the spine. Now tuck the back toes and then swivel all the way around onto the other side. Back knee down, so we've got left knee over ankle. Hands down, tuck the tailbone under, draw the abs in. And then hands down or on the thigh. Tuck the back toes under or not, your choice. Lift the back knee up and then lower down. Now keep drawing the shoulder blades in and down lightly so the chest is really widening here. So we're keeping the posture as we move. Lower down and front of the back toes, hands down. Extend the front leg, hips shift back, toes lift. And again, look down, chin to your chest, keep the back of the neck long. And extend the whole front of the body down the front of the leg. Soft breaths into where you can feel it stretch. Release, come down to sitting, and then breathe up the arms and breathe out, fold forwards. Just hold it for a couple of breaths. Apologies for maybe my squints. The sun was really shining today, so maybe next time if I'm outside I might have to wear some sunglasses so I'm not creating any tension in the forehead. And then lift and change the legs. Because the worst thing is frowning when you're exercising. So if we get into a habit of doing that, we're going to get loads of wrinkles and we don't want that. So that's why we always try and relax the lips, relax the mouth, relax the whole face as we do our exercise, and then roll all the way up. Thank you for joining me today. That is the end of our class. If you enjoyed the class, please like, subscribe and share with all your friends, and I shall see you next week. Thank you very much for joining me. Bye.